Over the course of the last 2 years, Pokémon has been releasing a collection of animated shorts under the title Poketoon. These vary in style and execution, but now that they're officially available in English, I figured I'd rewatch one of the longer and better shorts. A Budding Dream, now titled Blossom's Dream. This is a 15-minute short produced by Studio Colorido, the same studio that worked on Pokémon Twilight Wings. They also did A Whisker Away, Burn the Witch, and the Tatooine Rhapsody episode of Star Wars Visions, for anyone who cares.
I care.
So is this animated short another of the best entries to the Pokémon web series catalog? Well, let's find out. So the story takes place in a quiet little town. Our main character is a kid named Blossom, who wants to set out on a journey and become a Pokémon trainer, though her mother and father don't think she's quite ready, despite Pokémon battles being in her blood, and the fact she cares very much for Charlie, the family Charizard. I think the setup is just perfect, getting to follow a character who is just about old enough to begin their Pokémon journey, but hasn't officially started. Of course, her parents are just being observant of how she doesn't see the full picture when hyper-focused on a task. Their insistence never comes off as harsh, and we're shown that it genuinely comes from their experience as trainers when they were younger. It's also just cool to see parents who are trainers at all. I also like the idea of Charlie because it's basically just an old dog that's very content with its life of relaxation after having joined the father on his own journey. And so Blossom buys a bunch of Pokeballs and attempts to capture her own Pokemon. I find it funny the Pokemart cashier is surprised by the amount of items she's purchasing, because this is just a normal shopping spree in the video games. But back to the Pokemon catching adventures, Blossom doesn't have a lot of luck as a montage of failed captures follows. I feel like Pikachu just has the perfect tail for smacking away Pokeballs. Because this is where the adventure starts to pick up, we get a better showcase of the animation that we've come to know from the studio when it comes to how they handle the Pokemon. Now, of course, the entire short has the same level of quality throughout. Running out of Pokeballs, Blossom meets a Nidoran, and after they both survive an attack from a wild Arbok, they quickly start to bond. While it's pretty predictable that this Nidoran will become her Pokemon partner because she actually has to make an attempt to earn its friendship, it's still very effective. Just having a situation where a human and a Pokemon can interact is enough to allow the story to develop around it, and give some good emotional moments. It's great for Blossom as now she can finally slow down and reflect on where she is, and maybe why she isn't ready yet, seeing herself in the Nidoran that she found. But now as the parents Nidoking and Nidoqueen show up, angrily being led to the town by Blossom, it's up to her to stop the conflict. I do also like that the group of adults intending to defend the town with their Pokemon ready for battle are making the same mistakes Blossom has been making before. She tries to explain the situation to them, but they're too occupied with what they're doing. Just a nice little extra way to show her growth. But I also like this climax because of its relatively small scale, just being some angry Pokemon at the entrance to a town. But having the story begin in the morning and end at night with the music that they use just gives it the perfect adventurous feeling. Like, it's also a small detail that Blossom had dropped her hat, and now when she's got the confidence to save the day, she puts it back on, but don't tell me that doesn't give you the classic Pokemon anime vibes. And so Blossom is off, reuniting briefly with her parents, proving to them that she's able to take responsibility now, and finally calling on Charlie, the old Charizard, for help. Yeah, let's go Charlie, let's go! It's the Chekhov's gun of Pokemon. This scene where she's able to command Charlie flying in and getting everyone's attention with a gorgeous fire blast absolutely hits the right notes. Like I said, this whole conflict is relatively small compared to what we could potentially see in the Pokemon world. And it is just fine because it's precisely what Blossom needed to overcome. She isn't even technically a trainer yet, so for her first adventure, I would call it a huge success. And so the parents calm down, Nidoran is returned, only to decide that it wants to stay with Blossom, and the town is saved. The short ends with the two of them leaving on their own Pokemon journey. And that's basically it. Like I said, it is only 15 minutes, but this short accomplishes exactly what it needs to in that time period. And it's a unique idea for Pokemon. Yeah, we followed characters who wanted to become trainers and compete in the Pokemon League before, but following a character who doesn't even have the approval of her parents yet to do so is kind of refreshing. But heck, I would have even taken a whole series about just the parents. Is it just me, or do we not see enough nice married couples like this in Pokemon? Their roles as parents in this animation are great, and seeing glimpses into their history together is some nice world building. I think it's just interesting that they waited until the end to reveal that the mother was a trainer herself, because that really gave some weight to her insistence on Blossom learning to focus before starting a Pokemon journey. But yeah, 10 out of 10 mom. This entire story just feels so cozy, and that's really emphasized by the cute little art style it's presented in. Between this and some of the episodes of Twilight Wings, Studio Colorido is really shining with their takes on Pokemon. As cool as I think it would be to get some kind of follow-up where we see Blossom continuing her Pokemon journey, I think this works very well as a self-contained story as it's intended to be. The ending is a very nice nod to the opening cutscene of the Generation 1 games, with Nidoran, now a Nidorino, about to attack a Gengar, and I think ending things on that note is meant to tie it all together with the entire Pokemon franchise in a meaningful way. So if you haven't watched it, I would totally recommend you check it out. But that brings me to the one flaw I had with this short. It doesn't really matter to the short itself, but I figured I'd mention it here. So Blossom's Dream is on the Pokemon TV website and app, dubbed in English. And while I'm not the kind of person to bash dubbed anime for performances, I absolutely hate that sometimes the English dub has messed up sound mixing. So in the English dub, there are a handful of Pokemon sound effects that are very delayed, and this actually kind of hurts the experience.
It's a Pikachu! Okay. Pika? There! No way! Pikachu! I swear I will catch one. Come on, you never know until you try.
Oh, it's time to feed Charlie.
だなんて、そんなのやってみなきゃわかんないもん。
おっと、チョロビのご飯の時間だ。
So a Pokemon will open its mouth, not make any sound, and their cry will be heard a few seconds later, even overlapping some of the character dialogue. This happens with the Pidgey Cuckoo Clock, the Pikachu, the Arbok, and the Nidoking and Nidoqueen. I really hope they fix this and update the website. However, all Poketoon shorts were originally uploaded on the Pokemon Kids YouTube channel. You know, everybody's favorite Pokemon channel that every Pokemon fan definitely knows about. There are even English subtitles available, so the Japanese sub is factually better than the English dub, at least in this case. But I will say that if you get a chance to leave the Pokemon TV version playing in the background, that wouldn't be a bad idea, so that hopefully the Pokemon Company really knows that there's a demand for more like this, especially among international fans. Also, tweet about it to them and talk about it on social media, because with the amount of web series we've been getting lately, it's really important that our desires for more be known, because just like Blossom's journey, this is only the beginning. Thank you to all my channel members who make videos like this possible, especially Justin R, Mr. Pig Puncher, and Quago. If you want to support and have your name shouted out here, you can become a channel member as well, and get access to some cool emotes for comments and live streams that I'm very proud of. You can also follow me on Twitter for more memes. But anyway, this has been Gatorax, and I'll catch you later.
Kids WB is throwing down Pokémon! 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 That's 3 incredible Pokémon adventures, and the third one is brand new! Catch the first 2 right after the Batman-Superman adventures. And the third following Max Steel. Gotta catch all 3 next weekend on Kids WB.
We'll show them. Charlie, use fly.